anyone leaving. How is this happening? That's weird. Seems like we are audible. Folks in the YouTube, just confirm if we are audible or not. I couldn't see anything that's happening on the. Seems like we are audible. Folks in the YouTube, just yes, we are audible. Yeah, cool. Hey, finally. Okay. Sorry, Kushi. You want to re-talk everything that you talked? Sorry again, from the whole behalf of the whole team. I'm also taking the blame. Sorry, we had some issues, so now I believe it is sorted. Kushi, the stage is yours.
Yes, sir. Hey everyone, welcome to today's webinar from Hack the Mountain 3.0. On the behalf of entire HTM team, I, Kushivats, would like to welcome you all to this community-based hackathon, where we are regularly conducting such workshops and webinars, including HTM Qubits, in order to strengthen your skills as developer and help you to perform better in the upcoming hackathon. So today, we are going to have a webinar presentation by the phenomenal Mr. Kumar on the topic bulk message for events using ReactJS. He's an associate director of engineering as well as YouTuber, an open source contributor and specialist in ReactJS, Redux, LAMP stack, etc. And awarded as Microsoft Most Valuable Professional from April 2016 to July 2018 for Visual Studio and Development Tool. And he is also a Guinness record holder for Microsoft App Feast. As I can talk on and on about how amazing he is, but I will let him introduce himself. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Kushi, for such an amazing introduction. No one has that this level. So thanks for all the researches that you have made. And hey everyone, my name is Praveen. I'm originally from Chennai, India, currently living and working in London for one of the top 3 credit tech agencies in the world. And as an associate director of engineering, my main work is on the creating the magic using the using user interface, user experience, etc. So user experience, when we talk about user experience, there is like you can do a lot of things without much hassle. So I primarily work on JavaScript technologies. My technologies include HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, JS, and that's it. And not working on the current role, but I know backend I have been working with the full stack JavaScript stack every single time when I get a chance. And that's the quick bites about me, what I have been doing so far. And by the way, in case if someone is looking for a job in the UK or something like that, feel free to reach out to me. And Kushi, I would like this to be a conversational, so make sure you talk a lot and disturb me during the presentation.
Sure.
All right?
Sure.
Deal? Excellent. So stop saying me sir, or else I'll run away from. Because of that, I couldn't get this so many things sorted. So call me Praveen. Okay, I'm just like 1 or 2 years elder to you. That's it. So coming to things, I would like to show that. Okay, so as a web developer, any web developer should have their own website. That is what I always suggest. And if you are a web developer or anything, just make sure you have a website with you. So this is my website. It's called Praveen.science. So it says it has got a huge picture of mine, and it has got like, hi, I'm Praveen Kumar. I'm a cat lover. I'm a cook. I'm a mentor, and all the crazy things that I could write. And then here's all the ways you can stalk me on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Stack Overflow, GitHub, etc. I do have my own YouTube channel as well. Go check it out when after this stream is over, where you can find out a lot of good things like you have got I started with shorts, but it did not work out. But there are like 10-minute coding, then full stack, React, Devrel, job opportunities in the UK and other places, etc., remote jobs, etc. So there are so many things. And coming to an introduction part in your website, make sure you have the introduction part, and try to add a couple of things that are very much necessary. For example, I don't think my birth year matters anymore, so I have skipped it. And what all things that you want to have, this is my phone number, email address. And then in case if you don't have any experience as a student, try to put your projects. And in the education section, what did I do? I just copied everything from my university brochures and website. So all these numbers are made up numbers. Now they are super high. Like for example, completed projects could be more than 1,000, and awards. I don't want to brag myself. So these are a couple of things which I wanted to ask you to put in your website. And coming to the portfolio side of things, this is one main important thing I wanted to tell to everyone. So this is a particular, let's say, it's an app that I created like 12 years ago. This is something that I created 11 years ago, and this is something that I created 10 years ago. So considering these things, if you this was not edited couple of years and a lot of recently, you'll be able to you have grown like from something really cool, right? Really cool. So, apart from side of very, very important in professional industry, written communication, lot and so I want very crazy that what I do something that problem that you this problem, then this expected I want. But this is original research. I searched here, I went to Google, I talked to a senior developer, I saw in Stack Overflow, and then I tried implementing this, and finally I got this solution, which is almost equivalent to what solution I expected. These are two types of problems that, two types of block types that will help you enhance your knowledge on the subject. And at the same time, if someone is looking at your blog, they will be also happy to know that, okay, you know what you're writing, something like that. And apart from this is what people talk behind my back, and here's how you can talk behind my back. So that's about my quick update on the website side of things. Please have a website for yourself, which is going to help you a lot. Coming to my development environment, if you go to Google and type in my name Praveen and development environment, you would be able to see that there is something called as my personal development environment. So open that blog, and here is where I have documented literally everything that I am using. So obviously, yes, being a Google product, yes, Chrome is having a lot of issues with eating a lot of RAM, privacy problems, etc. But still, it is one of the best for web developers. And I have got a couple of plugins here, extensions, etc., which are helping me in my every day-to-day life. Zoom, I'm using it almost religiously for talking to my parents, talking to professional people, even in my office times. The office stuff, I use Zoom for it. How many of you like here to time travel? Tell me. I want people to put a message on the chat. How many of you are here who wants to time travel? Oh, there is so many electronic noise in my voice. That's interesting. How many of you are here? I'm able to hear my voice perfectly fine in YouTube. Maybe it could be some network disturbance. Let's blame YouTube for the same. Oh, okay, it is fine now. All right. So seems like there are a lot of things going wrong with the stream, but don't worry, it is going to be really awesome. So my question, back to my question. Let me ask Kushi. Kushi, you tell me, do you want to travel time?
Yeah, so sure.
I
Yes,
told
I
you
want
not to
to.
say sir. Okay, fine. So
Okay, so sorry, Praveen, I want to.
yes, Git is one of the best ways you can time travel, because when you start writing the code and keep on putting a milestone of it, and by 8 p.m. you start writing the code, 9 p.m. you are doing a major change, and every 15 minutes you are like saving it up, like a commit and commit and commit and commit. And at, like, let's say 1 a.m., typically developers go sleep at 1 a.m., right? So you switch off all these things, go to your bed, or maybe you don't switch off, and you wake up at very early morning at 10 a.m. and then start freshly thinking and writing the code. At 11 a.m., you understand that yesterday 9:30 p.m. I made a big mistake. I should need to go back to that time and change it. Well, with Git you will be able to do that. So Git is really efficient in that case, and it also helps you in a lot of other things, like you can collaborate with your friends, you can collaborate with the whole world, and you can contribute to the open source. And technically it is going to be a journal for your coding. And other things are here. I don't want to explain a lot and waste the time, but instead I will directly go to what is required. Node.js is a runtime environment for running JavaScript related stuff. So we will be using Node.js for all the React things. And then finally, the editor will be VS Code. But before that, I wanted to give a great intro to Typora. So Typora is one tool which I use for writing blogs, writing articles, writing GitHub readmes, because this is GitHub flavored Markdown. So if I say like, let's say Kushi's blog, so it first thing, it gives you a clean interface, and I can also do a heading here, and it also comes with like a small side outline which says, hey, hello world, whatever. And the good part is it also um, supports syntax highlighting. For example, if I'm using React, so I can easily put import React from React, and all these things are very properly, officially syntax highlighted. So if I do const hello equal to something, and if I use uh, hello equal to another thing, it can clearly show that there is an error. Maybe I'll use the let, and then if I use hello something, I'm pretty sure it used to show some differences here, but I don't know why it is not showing me right now. So it could even go up to saying like this syntax is wrong, etc. So it's really cool. And if you want to see the source in one single tab, you can get the complete Markdown. You just need to copy and put it in a GitHub gist or something like that. So to that level, this is really cool. So that's Typora. And then we have got VS Code. VS Code has got a couple of extensions, and these are the extensions that I officially ask you to install in case if you need something. I'll go through the extension in a later video. Unfortunately, we lost a lot of time, so or else I would have gone through it. Let me quickly have a look at the um, yes. Looking at the chat, we have got a message from Krish Katter. How important is it to use frameworks like React.js and not just with HTML, CSS for a web developer? So React is something that is going to help you ease your job. For example, React, you can create a website or create an application, to be honest, something which has a lot of repeatable components in a quicker way rather than HTML and CSS. There is no difference between working with HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or React in terms of output. The output will be exactly the same, but the development process, like when you, me, and Kushi, three of us, so Krish, Kushi, and Praveen, if three people are working in the same environment, obviously, if you are using a HTML file, the first problem that you would do is a lot of repeated contents. Headers, footers will be same. A lot of things like patterns will be same. So we would be keeping on changing, keeping on rewriting the same code again and again. Three of us will be writing again and again. And let's say someone wants to change a code. For example, the header needs to add another link. myself, Kushi, and Krish, three of us will have to change in every single place where those things are. There is a lot of problems that can happen, etc., etc., right? So to avoid all those things, component-driven design will be really helpful. And React follows this strictly called "do not repeat yourself" dry principle. So these are a couple of things React is giving you out of the box. And also, when you're using a HTML kind of a thing, you cannot include certain components. Like for example, these repeated items, you need a server side of things, right? So whereas if you are using React, you don't need a server side rendering at all. So everything is rendered in client side, and you have got all these headers and footers from one single file in all the different pages. So that way, you just need to edit one file, and every single page that uses the header or the footer will get you the output. So Krish, was it helpful? Okay. So coming back to the other things, so have a look at all these different applications that I'm using. Now, let me quickly tell you what exactly the plan for today is. So why did I choose React? What are all the starting salaries here? Then the competitors of React. Obviously, I need to tell if I have got a choice to choose React. I also need to tell what are all the different competitors, right? And then I want to make sure that Kushi always talks to me. So Kushi, that is on you. Then let's go ahead and start the demo. So our demo today is to create a project, a simple project that is going to help you with again, I was talking about the automations and other things, right? So it is always better to automate things so that it makes our life easier. So instead of doing something repeatedly for 100 times, if we try to write a script and it can do it for you, it is going to be easy, right? So similar to that, that is what we are going to do. And life is all about automating things. So what we are going to do is, let's say I have got 5 friends with me: Kushi, um, Monica, then Krish, Praveen, and another Kumar. Some 5 friends are there. I want to send them a personalized message, like saying, like, this week I'm actually going to HTM3, and there is also Google's webinar, like Google's in-person event, etc. And there is a WhatsApp group with me, and I want to tell each and every person in a personalized way. Hey Kushi, tomorrow I'm going to this webinar. Would you like to come along with me? It is in this particular
Sure,
address or something.
sure, Praveen. I
I
would
wish
like
I
to
could.
know.
I wish I could actually kidnap you to the London, but what I'm saying is true. Next week there is a webinar. Not is a webinar. It's actually a conference, unconference from Google on their Google head offices. Ah, you're missing it.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah.
pretty interesting.
So for that, if I want to send everyone a message, we can easily copy and paste it. Yeah, that is true. But at the same time, if you are doing a copy paste also, there is a possibility that you might mess out something, right? So how about we automate the whole process? All you need to do is write the people's names, and also it's almost like find and replace thing, but yes, in a better way. And the next thing that you are going to do is list out the different events and the location and venue. That's all you're going to do. And it is going to automatically magically give you all these things to copy. Even the control C control V you don't need to do. It does it on the own. That's exactly the idea about today's project. So how many of you are interested? How many of you are excited? We could see only Krish here. So Krish, thank you for the response. And okay, let's go on in the further thing. So first thing is about setting up the environment. Unfortunately, since we lost a lot of time, we have to skip that too. I wanted to use this particular environment called react.new. I'm going to put this link in the chat box as well, so you can easily open it. So if you type in react.new on your browser, you would be able to see something called as code sandbox. And this is a code sandbox where you will be able to directly see a React application running without any setup. How cool is that? Not no setups are required. So so these things are, so what we will be writing here in the code is going to be a JSX, which means JavaScript with XML. That is what React generally uses. So we'll be using a very simple example for this to write it. So let's start with, so we are not going to write any style. So I'm just going to remove all the style sheets. I'm going to save this so that I have my own website here. So in case if you want to create a website and quickly show it to others, this is a way. So type in react.new or like open code sandbox, create a HTML sandbox, write something, take this website, send it to anyone. That's it. You got a website within like few seconds, right? See, it's your own website. You can anyone can access this website. I have shared the link in the YouTube channel, so YouTube chat. So make sure if you want to see the code or something like that, here you go. Okay, great. So we have got Sweta Karar and Punit Chowdhury in the chat as well. Hey folks, nice to meet you all. Okay, so coming to this, let's start with writing a simple text or okay, so const message. So let's start with this message which says, so basically I want to send a message that has got a lot of details, a list of things that I wanted to do. Okay, so something like that we can say. So let me address you, Kushi. So Kushi, you tell me what message I should put. I would put, hey Kushi, how are you? It's been a while since we met. I thought of telling you something cool. I'm going to the following events this week. I'd be happy if you are coming with me. Okay, something like this. So here's the list of events. So let's say, Kushi, you tell me some events. Okay, first thing I'll say Google Uncode Bar, um, and then okay, you tell me next. Come on, say something.
It's
Folks in the YouTube, please, you do give us some nice event names. Anything that is interesting, Kushi?
Hackathon.
Oh yeah, see, you totally forgot. She's a traitor. Hack the mountain tree. Where is it happening?
At Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Science, Faridabad.
Okay, is it? You just tell me in that initials.
MRIIRS.
MRI what?
MRIIRS.
Correct.
Yeah.
Which city?
Faridabad.
Okay. So and Microsoft App Fest. Let's put happening in Bangalore. That is what it happened. I guess they changed the name Bengaluru. So this is a typical message that I want to send you on WhatsApp. Let's say. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a okay. Before that, let me change this mode to JavaScript React. So let's say if I'm putting a pre tag and I'm just adding message here, you're able to see this one, right? So it's here. So hey Kushi, how are you? And oh, why is it happening this way? Yeah, these are a couple of things that you should be aware of. Okay, right. So this is the message that I'm gonna send you, but I wanted to copy everything, and there are like so many events that are happening here, there, etc. So what I'm gonna do here is, yeah, okay, that's it. Okay, so first thing is I want to know the list of people that I'm going to send it to. So let's put people, and then let's create an array which has got your name, Kushi, and we have got who's the other person? Monica, right? Monica.
Yeah.
We have got Krish. Who's the two people in
Pranav.
YouTube? Okay, Pranav, Sweta,
Yeah.
Sweta. Okay, so we have got these 5 people right now. Now this is the message, but the message should have um, should contain something like dynamic. So this name should be changed with all these names. And finally, we have got these different events that's happening. Okay, so we will have events. So this one is going to be again an array, but this time it's going to be an array of object. Okay, did I mess up something? Const. Yeah, sorry. So the first option here is name. Then we have got place. That's it, right? Name and place are the two things that we are looking at. So there are how many events? 3 events, right? So let's remove the last one. Now here for all these 3 names, we'll take these 3 names and we will add these things here. So we have got 3 names here, and we will have these 3 cities or places, whatever you call it as. And stop me anytime whenever you have a question and ask me what it is and how it is. Okay. So now what we need to create is we need to have 3 different text boxes or something like that. And that will contain the message to be copied. Okay. So we can actually put copy the message and send it to right people, something like this. Okay. And now what I'm going to do here is with React, we can actually loop in through all these things. So we have got people here, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm starting with, if I want to create any React related things, I will open this braces, and then people, people can is an array. So I can map through the array, saying like, let's say if I want to put a paragraph, something like this, and then I can put the people's name, the person's name. So this will give me a list of all those people who are here. Okay, Kushi, Monica, Krish, Pranav, and Sweta. So I can kind of like start like this. Hello, how are you? Something like this. Look at this. This is good, right? So you're already able to create a couple of things. But I want it to be, I should be able to copy it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a F2 and put a text area. So text area is something that I can easily copy. Okay, I got only one child. Text area can at most have only one child. Okay, that's interesting. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of that, I'm gonna put value here. Okay, so we already got so many things. Now if I just add this one and put hello $p, you could see I'm able to have 5 different messages, but we need to make the message look really nice. So here, this is the message. I'm going to convert it into a function here. So the first option that I'm going to use is the name. So instead of using this one here, I'm going to use message, which is actually a function. I'll just leave it here. So look at this. Everything it says hello Kushi. So for this, I'm going to pass this p, which is the name. And since we are using a loop, I need to also add a key, which is going to be the p as well. P is the it's the thing right here. Okay. Inside the message, instead of Kushi, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna replace it with the already got hey Kushi, how are you? Hey Monica, hey Krish, hey Pranav, and hey Sweta. Okay. So far, any questions? Oh, GitHub Universe is also there. Thanks, Shweta, for telling that. Let's also add one more event, which is GitHub Universe. And let's say it is happening in New Delhi, India. Something should happen in Chennai as well. Okay, leave it, it's fine. Okay, now quickly, I wanted to do a couple of things. We added a style sheet, right? Import slash style.css. Is it styles? Okay, cool. So this is all centered. So what I'm gonna do is I'm styles, get rid of this and okay. Now for the three tag, wanted to do is add it to be display block, so that only one tag will, oh sorry, what is the text area? So let's use the text area to be display block, so that only one thing is displayed at a place at a single line. I want the margin bottom with 50 pixels, so we have got a nice margin. So width I can make it as 75%. Let's use resize none, so that the resizing button is gone. We can clearly see what is there inside. So that's the reason I did. Maybe we can use the font family as inherit, and we will use font family as open sans or something. so that it looks a bit better to look at and copy it or something like that. So it's like this. It looks really nice, right? So the next thing that we are going to do is we need to construct this whole message. So if you see this, everything is here, but this is not dynamic again. So what I'm going to do now is I want to construct this whole message. So again, we have got this events. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use events. So before that, let me go back to this. I'll put a height of 10 em so that you can clearly see what exactly is happening here. Okay, it says object, 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 object. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I need to map this and put it in such a way that it is coming it clearly. So let's map it. So this is one of the events. So what I wanted to happen is it should be looking like this way. Okay. So if I do this, again, there is a problem. It's coming as comma, 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 comma. So I'm going to add enter, and then I'm going to do a join with nothing, so that I would be getting everything. So there are totally 4 events here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and but at this point it is showing only one event here because we have hard coded all the values here. So the first thing is this is the thing which the event name. So ev.name. So if we use this one, we could see that Google Uncoder, Microsoft Breakfast, Hacker Mountain Tree, GitHub Universe. Similar to this one, but GitHub Universe is also included here. So happening in not London, everything, but ev.place. Oops, ev.place. So if you do this, we could clearly get the same thing that is happening here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all these things and save it. So now, good part is I got all this thing written here. Cool. So each and every message is something that is for a specific person. So to that level, I have got this one. Now the thing is, I don't want to click Control A, Control C, and then go to the WhatsApp or any place and then paste it. Instead, if I click on this, it should automatically copy everything. So we can have an on-click function, and then in that on-click function, we have the event. So what happens during the event, and we should write a code that can copy and paste it. So let me quickly have a look. Oh, Kalpana, you are talking about sending more than 100 or 1,000 emails and it should not go to spam. This is totally a different thing, which I will explain you in a few minutes. I'm going to answer that question for you. It is not related to what we are doing here. But yes, definitely I'm happy to answer. So we have got this particular function called navigator.clipboard.writeText. Okay, so that is what we are going to do. So here with the E here, we are going to do navigator.clipboard.writeText. This is going to write to the clipboard any data, any string. So in this case, I'm going to use event.target.value. So this value will be hitting to the clipboard. So we are not sure if this is going to work because, okay, let's clear all the errors here, and then let's try to see if then there is a way you can say if it is fulfilled or if it is rejected or something like that. I'm going to use 2 functions for this. So the first function is console.log success. If not, let's have another thing which says console.log failed. Okay, there are 2 functions here. Now, if I click on any of these things, it says failed. We don't know why it got failed. So let's have the error here, and we'll put error. There we can add e.message and save it. Now, if I click on this, it says it's failed. Error. The clipboard API has been blocked because of a permissions policy applied to the current document. Okay, which means the reason it says is this is loaded on a iframe. So whenever you're trying to test these things, we also get into trouble. It's like why this is not working or like what is happening between this. So if I click on these things, it keeps failing. So if it opens in a new tab or a new window and then inspect it here again and go to the console, I click on this, it says success. And then if I paste it here, it says, hey, Kushi, everything is coming. If I click on this, paste it here, it says, hey, Krish. There you go. So this is something which I wanted to tell. Like for example, if you are not sure, again, I'm just going to open text edit and type something, cut it, paste it, cut it, paste it. You're able to get this one, right? So if I just need to click this, paste it, boom. So this is, I know this is not a huge difference that it's going to make, but it definitely does a small difference. Okay, so I hope this was a bit understandable and very simple project to start with. And this also helps you with React, state management, props, um, event management, event thing, and some basics of JavaScript. You will be able to know all these things here, right? So I hope this was helpful. I wanted to do something very short and sweet, and I came up with this idea. And coming to the questions that I said I will answer. So Kalpana, if you want to send an email with to 2,000 people or 10,000 people, you might always be better off using email sending service like SendGrid or MailChimp or Amazon's SES. When you're doing it, make sure you have your own domain registered. Don't use your Gmail or Outlook or something like that to send everything, because 90% of the times your email goes and ends in the spam. So, and also your account will get a lot of limitations because you're sending spam. Next time, if you want to even send a legitimate email to an employer or a professor from your personal accounts are not meant to be used for this. Your email will be blocked, or email will go and land in the spam emails. So don't do that. And the other thing that I wanted to also tell you is, you can get freemium free things on this, and then you need to create your own domain. You need to register your own domain, and then apply these DMARC settings. Then there is SPF settings, that once you do that, your email will not at all go to the spam. It will come to the inbox. Sometimes people will be using priority inbox or focused inbox. It might also come in that. So if you want to know more about it, please talk to me. All my details, my LinkedIn, YouTube, everything is there in the description. Feel free to connect with me, everyone. And Kushi, how's it going? You are so quiet. I asked you not to be quiet.
Pranav, why I'm getting an error while importing a code from GitHub.
It depends on the error. So even we got an error right now. So based on whatever the error, you just need to make sure you have a different course of action. So for example, if you're trying to import it from GitHub, if there is an error, the most probable error is, number one, that Git uh, repository location is not there, or secondly, you might not have, it might be a private repository and you're trying to download it and you have not logged in. So these are the two things that I can think of.
Okay.
And Sweta has got a great suggestion. I thought of the same idea yesterday for a project, but only to send via SMS to a number. Any suggestions to do that? So if you want to send an SMS to a number and programmatically send it, it is going to be like you want to automate it using an SMS gateway. Like how I said, there are email sending services like Twilio and SendGrid, MailChimp. You have Twilio's SMS API as well, so you can try using that. By the way, I'm not being paid by Twilio. Twilio, if you say something. So a couple of, there is also SMS shop in India. So you might as well use that. They will be giving you like 50 SMS per month for free. So if you want to send it less than that limit, it's totally free for you. Send 50 SMS for 50 people on in a month or something like that. I hope that was helpful.
There are any
Sweta.
yeah. Pranav, there are any limitations with the code sandbox?
Code Sandbox, I don't think there is any limitation. It is completely free to use. And Code Sandbox is really great for you to try out test projects and quickly create a POC and send it to others for review. If you don't have a website of yourself, 5 minutes you can create a website and send it over. So it's really helpful. Superb. So we can.
Actually, I was listening to you and I was so focused, so that's why I'm not interactive in the middle
It's
of the
totally
session.
fine. It's totally fine. I'm happy to answer. We can have a normal interaction right now, Kushi. Go ahead, ask your questions, or like, how was the session so far, and how's it, everyone, folks?
I thought folks are so
Yes,
interested.
Puneet has got another question. Thank you so much, Krish. Krish, this is what I generally do whenever I go to an interview or something like that. So even in the office times, this is what I do. So a basic stuff of things I know to do, and others I completely do Google search and start working on it. So if my boss asked me to do something similar, I wouldn't have prepared anything. For this presentation, I did not prepare anything. So it was like at the last moment, someone gave me this idea. Okay, this is actually a good idea. Why not do this as a live coding without any preparation? I just did the complete project in front of you. This is how is my thought process, and this is how I would be working. So as simple as that. This is how is my
It's an
cool.
informative session. I'm sure everyone has learned a thing or two.
Awesome. Thank you,
So,
Chris.
folks, we are going to start our questionnaire round. So keep posting your queries in the chat box below. I'm eager to receive your feedback, guys. And for more info, you can visit the link showing in the banner below, where you'll find the everything related to our upcoming webinars, workshops, and all offline session. You can also join us on Discord. We have promised we are very welcoming to the newbies. Just say hi in the welcome chat and we will bring you right in. We are having the offline session of HTM at Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Science on 17th and 18th of September, and really hope we will see you soon all there.
Kushi, can you also ask
You know,
everyone to
there's a
subscribe to my channel?
yeah, there is a community question for you. That bulk messenger without hard coding the names and without setting the limit of the messages.
There's actually no limits for setting anything here in this case. But names, obviously, you need to tell the names, right? So without hard coding, what would be the feed? Where is it gonna get it from? You can also fire an Ajax call, which has got a JSON list of names, and then we can use that too. That's totally fine.
Okay. So please write your channel name in the comment section, in the sorry chat box below.
So you just click on my photo or something like that. That's gonna take you to my channel. So that's my channel. Uh, Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for coming in. Oh, there is another question called is Redux better or API? So Redux and API cannot be compared. You are comparing Apple with a monkey. Which is better? Is Apple better or monkey? For what? So Redux is mainly for state management and API is mainly for getting data from a third party service or something like that. So those two things cannot be compared. What exactly is your question, Manjot?
So now coming to close now, it's a pleasure to have you here today, sir.
Thank you so much.
Pranav, would you like to add or comment something else?
One thing which I wanted to tell everyone is like, yes, so keep practicing whatever you are working on. That will give you the best confidence possible, and you can actually go to interviews without even preparing anything. So if there is an interview that is going to happen in within 5 minutes from now, I'm ready. I'm always ready, but I'm not looking for any new jobs because my job, they are like taking care of me like anything. It's so good. But yes, in case of anything, like you just need to be ready for every single thing. So keep on practicing what you know. That way you will be confident. So for example, if I ask Kushi, if I ask you to breathe normally, you'll be able to do it, right? Because that's what you have
Yeah.
been doing all these days. If that was your interview question, you would be scoring 100%. Similarly, if you are working with this particular technology, or if you like Java, JavaScript, Ruby, anything, keep on practicing it. And if at all there is an option where you need to find a job, or if you are getting a small project or some small paid gig that you want to do, immediately you can say that, hey, I am Praveen. I have been working on JavaScript since the universe was born, and I'm good with these front end development and full stack development. I'm good with Bootstrap. If you have any questions, ask me right away, and immediately I can answer. So to that level, you will be ready. So you would be interview ready, you would be employable, etc. Ultimately, we are doing everything for one plate of biryani, right? So Riddham Mukhya.
Yeah. Thank you once again for this wonderful session, Praveen. All right, that's all of all. We will see you soon in the next session. Once again, I would like to reveal that there is a lot from such great thought to explore. Yeah. Have a great day.
Bye everyone. Stay home, stay safe, and subscribe to my YouTube channel.